Hello everyone, I am here once again, PsyStarcraft, with another StarCraft 2 commentary. I hope you guys enjoyed that White Rock game yesterday. It was a lot of fun to play, a lot of fun to cast, and you gave me some great feedback at the end there. You might be wondering, like, Psy, why are you asking us for feedback? We're the noobs. Well, I know a lot of you are noobs, but there's also a lot of good players. I know that because I've played with a lot of you. And also, sometimes when you're playing a game or with anything, really, like writing a paper, playing a game, sport, something like that, it helps for other people to give you their perspective on the matter. So I got a lot of different outlooks as far as the White Rock game goes, and I feel like I can go into another game playing a little better because of it. So I appreciate that. Thanks for the feedback, you guys. I just had some listerine, so my voice is kind of lispy. Listerine. Yeah. But we have another game here. Zerg versus Zerg, Vile Psy, of course that's me, the red Zerg in the bottom, against, oh, let me make sure the volumes are right. Oh, that would have been bad. That would have been bad. I would have gotten extremely angry. Against NrGvibe. He actually used to be part of Team Vile way back when we were Visionary. I think that's what we were talking about in the beginning. But he's a really good Zerg. He actually traveled to one of the MLGs, I believe. I don't know how good he did. He didn't end up winning it. I know that. I would remember his name if he did, but good player nonetheless. ZVZ, Lost Temple is the map. And this is going to be a really cool match because something you don't see too often in Zerg versus Zerg is one base versus two base, and it turning into a good game. Usually they're pretty one-sided. Either the one baser just slaughters the two baser before the two baser can get enough units, or the two baser just macros so hard that the one baser has no chance. And this is kind of a game in the middle. You see lots of really cool stuff, so I hope you guys will enjoy this. We can see Vibe is going with a spawning pool, with the Gats first, and then a spawning pool, so he's going to have speed out immediately. While I chose actually the exact same thing, so our builds are identical at this point. We can see my Overlord's a bit sooner. I think he chose to pump a drone first. Yeah, he pumped a drone and then an Overlord. That's good. It's not as versatile, but it is slightly better economically. But if he needs like extra lings, like right now, he can't train them. Well, I could, but his drone is gonna come out a bit sooner, so it doesn't matter that much. And we can see 4 lings coming out for me, and each of us getting our queen. His is slightly faster. 4 lings for him, and now 6 for me. We're both researching the speed almost at identical times. And, you know, one of us might choose the Baneling route, one of us might choose the Roach route, one of us might expand. There's a lot of different things you can do from this point. And I think ZVZ is really fun. I think it's the most fun mirror matchup. I don't know, I just really like it. I've gotten a lot better at it. It's not so Baneling heavy anymore. And we are seeing 4-on-4 action here. I'm trying to micro my lings back. I moved one in a bit too soon. He micros one back, and I try to focus down his final one. I actually would have won if we kept fighting because I would have killed that guy, and then I had a health advantage against the other ling. But good micro by Vibe, running back 1 ling. So he actually lost 1 less ling than me. He is ahead by 25 on the resources lost, so I am screwed. No, not really. But we're seeing he's choosing to expand after that. Check out the units tab. I do have 3 more drones as a result of him pumping so many lings. And the reason he's getting lings is because he spent a lot of money on this hatchery, so he really needs to compensate by getting a nice force, being able to protect it, that sort of thing. So he is behind for the time being in the harvester count. Our speeds come up at exactly the same time, so that's kind of cool. Second queen from myself. And the reason I got the second queen is because, as we can see here, I'm getting a Roach Warren. And I see his 2-base play because you always want to have an Overlord right here. I plan on getting a Roach Warren, and I want to spread creep. Roach is really good on creep. Of course, he benefits from it as well, but I feel like my Roaches will benefit more than his speedlings. So yeah, there's that. He does pick off 1 or 2 drones here coming in again. Nice positioning by my queens. He's going to get destroyed by these queens. He's actually trying to kill one. That's not really going to work. 5 Roaches coming out. Meanwhile, Vibe with the heavy ling count and map control is free to drone up. 5 more drones coming from him. He's going to surge ahead in the drone count. But 5 Roaches coming out, and I'm going to be blocking this ramp here in just a moment. And I'll feel extremely safe, so I'll be able to drone up as well. We can see 1 drone coming so far. Did I supply lock myself? Yeah, I did supply block myself. So 2 larvae not being able to be used. There comes the Overlord, and a couple more drones. So right now he can't really utilize his second base. He's going to have a larva advantage. But of course, because he spent 300 minerals on that hatchery, he's going to have a tech disadvantage. We can see I'm already going lair. He's not really anywhere close to going lair. However, he does have his Roach Warren, which I have not scouted yet. I just know he's on 2-base play. I know he's got some lings. I know he's getting a spine. And that's about it at this point. So my plan right now is to just saturate like crazy because I can. So I'm up 25 to 20. He can't reap the benefits of his expansion just yet. And I want to attack with 1 base, before he can reap the benefits of this expansion. So it's kind of like any matchup really, 1 base versus 2 base. If the 1 base doesn't kill a lot of drones or do a lot of damage off 1 base, they're going to lose. And that's really what my goal is at this point. And we can see my strategy is once I hit lair, get +1 attack, get burrow, get roach speed, go in it and do whatever the hell I can, man, with all those roaches. We can see now he's got the advantage with those 2 bases. 31 harvesters, of course, would be oversaturation on 1 base, but he does have 2 bases. So still no lair. I've had lair for a long time. And the good news about this is he's going to have no overseer to watch my burrow. So that's going to be pretty sweet. I can pick off a lot of drones. One good tactic to use with burrow is to burrow some roaches back here. Burrow some roaches back here. Force the opponent to bounce back and forth the bases. Just try to mix them up as much as you can. Harvester count, he's continuing to pull ahead. But, because of my 1 base play, he is a bit scared. Trying to send in some scouts, see what's going on. For some reason, I'm not blocking the ramp. That's kind of concerning. But because he's kind of scared, he's getting a couple more spines. And if we check out the units tab, it's 12 roaches to 6 roaches right now. I'm going to have speed. I'm going to have +1. I'm going to have burrow. So I have a lot of potential energy here to do a lot of damage to him. He's now throwing down another spine. Not the best creep spread despite my 2 queens, but hopefully I can make the best of the situation. He's now moving that spine. Oh, maybe I can go in before that spine roots. No, looks like I'm going to wait for some reinforcements. 7 more roaches coming. No. Exclamation mark. You got dropped, son. You got dropped, son. But anyhoozle. Yeah, moving in here. Not a lot of roaches. Check out the units tab. He's only down 3 on roaches. I will have burrow and +1 when I decide to move in. I think I'm waiting for that +1, maybe waiting for my 6 more roaches. And he is confident, man. He is droning up like crazy. 39 to 29. I am going to be moving in here with my +1. He's got 1 spine attacking me. The roach count is fairly even, and I'm trying to do some burrow micro, but there's just too many roaches firing at once to really effectively micro individually. So I'm just kind of attacking, burrowing, attacking, burrowing. I've now got 11 roaches to his 9, reinforcing with 4 more roaches, and they of course are healing up. He now uproots 1 spine, reinforcing with 4 more roaches, killing 1 spine crawler. He's a bit cornered here, and I choose to burrow once again. And let's see. He had 9 roaches, I had about 11, so maybe a good burrow, hard to say. 2 more roaches need to come in here and pick up that queen. Now I'm going to move behind his minerals, and I couldn't tell at the roach count at this point that I was ahead. I might have been able to just all out, kill his roaches here, but I chose to go behind the minerals, go for the drones here. If we look at his harvester count, now 37 to 29, I've killed a couple drones. Roaches just chilling at the front here, and I'm about to lose the rest of these roaches, but they're doing a lot better than I thought. So I choose to keep them there. And now running up into the main with the rest of these roaches. Queen doing who knows what. And these roaches actually ended up winning, so they're picking off even more drones. Look at the unit count. I'm now down by 5 on drones, up by 6 on roaches. And of course, I still have that tech advantage. These roaches not doing too hot, or his roaches rather. And it looks like I will kill a lot of drones, but he's not out of it. He still has these spines protecting him. I can't really do a run by with the amount of roaches I have right now. I don't have too many. Actually, I do. I actually misrallied. Wow. Huge miss rally here. I don't know how the rally point got there, but just imagine reinforcing with 8 roaches right here. That would have been incredible. So big mistake, and you can just see how effective this push is now. Just imagine if I didn't miss rally those. I'd be doing great right now. But anyway, the attack is pretty much over. I utilized burrow a little bit back here, down here to heal up, and then try to fight him some more. And then I did a run by up here. At that time, he did have an overseer chasing my roaches up here. But, with the upgrade, with the speed, I was able to make that attack cost effective. Harvester count now 27 to 21, and that's probably after he's already reproduced a couple more drones. So I'm feeling pretty good right now. I know I did enough damage to at least make the game even, and kind of prodding in, not seeing too much I can do there. Getting my +2 attack, while Vibe actually has +1 as well, so not neglecting the upgrades. I really like that. But as I was saying, I'm choosing to expand now. I feel safe. I feel like I have either an even game or a slight advantage because of that attack. Burrow wasn't as key of a player as I'd hoped it'd be. He did get lair fairly quick enough to fight off the burrow, but down here healing, that was really effective. So I liked it. Killing the changeling, I will have none of that. And the harvesters, man, 34 to 29. Remember, I killed the 2 queens as well. That's gonna just completely screw his larva production. Second base coming up, and right now I feel comfortable overproducing on drones. Of course, I'm on 1 base and I'm oversaturated, but I'm really just preparing for this base to come up. Here comes the transfer. Nice hefty transfer because these minerals are mined out. You want to transfer more than half, see, and I'm going to even send some more just because you want to keep both bases mining as long as you can. If you keep a lot of drones here, it'll be mined out fast, and then you'll only be mining off 1 base. Even distribution of mining is really all I really need to say about that. But upgrades, second one coming for each of us. If we check out the units, I'm down by 3 on drones, but I'm up by 6 on roaches, and I am getting an infestation pit faster than him as well. Dual corruptions going off, each of us corrupting the other person's base. Really nice. It stops any kind of larva production, just normal larva production or inject larva production. So whenever you can corrupt, do it. Try to keep your overseers alive. You can't always keep them alive, but whatever. There's kind of a bonus. There are some ZVZ strategies that revolve around just mass overseer corruption, but that's for another time. So now we're seeing we're pretty much doing the exact same thing after that attack. See, we've kind of evened out. If you were to come in right now and watch this replay, you'd think, oh, well, they both just expanded early. Now they're just doing Roach on Roach. And you wouldn't know any of that burrow shenanigans happened. But now we're seeing another deviation. Pathogen glands and infestation pit for me, and a hydralisk den for Vibe. Now, I don't like hydras in DBZ pretty much at all. They're good if you are maxed out and you're looking to spend money on better units, but we're nowhere near maxed out. We're both on 2 bases. Hydras are kind of a 3 base or higher unit, and there's something you mix in with your roaches once you have tons of money. I don't like hydra play with these small roach counts. I think it's a waste of money. They aren't cost effective in medium-sized armies like we have now. And compared to infestors, they don't really do that much damage. Infestors do a lot of damage with the fungal growth. And not only the damage, but fungal growth just causes your opponent to be completely out of position. Like maybe all fungal cluster of units there. Oh, and I actually saw him burrowing, and so I tried to take a pot shot at the spine. Almost killed that spine. Oh, this overseer's gonna die. Oh, run. Oh, I stopped it, you fool. Overseer dies to that hydra. But anyway, as I was saying, like if he gets too eager and tries to attack, but he has a smaller army, fungal, and kill that, and then the opponent loses. So fungal is really, really good. It's really punishing. It forces your opponent to play perfectly and to manage his army perfectly. So let's check out the units here. He's got 4 hydras, 22 roaches to my 31 roaches and 3 infestors. So I've got a definite lead as far as unit count goes. The hydras don't make up for the roaches. My advantage in roaches that much. But he does have a nice little spine push coming in here. And in ZVZ, my voice just cracked. I am going through puberty. My voice is going to get deeper. In ZVZ, I've noticed if you're fully saturated on 2 bases, you kind of need a 3rd hatchery, so that's why we're seeing a 3rd hatchery right here. We don't see a 3rd hatchery from Vibe. Of course, that could be because hydras are more expensive, but yeah, he's kind of getting up there too, so maybe 3rd hatcheries are the way to go in ZVZ at this point in the game. But we can see we're just kind of dancing, and now this is exactly what I mean. Fungal can punish this misplacement of units right here. I've got tons of roaches. His units are out of position up here and over there, and I'm going to punish him, and that's what Fungal can do that hydras can't, and these hydras are so close, and they're just going to get eaten up. Well, they would have, but I chose to back out of the spines. But you see what I mean. I could just take that advantage and, under other circumstances, just completely wipe out that army. I am now 2-1 compared to his 2-0. And moving in again, Fungal. Now, I can't stress how good Fungal is. Like, I tell you to get upgrades, but I'm already upgraded, so that's why I chose to go Infestors instead of getting a 2nd evolution chamber. Just look at this. He's got so many units that aren't doing anything. All these hydras back here aren't doing anything because they are Fungal. This guy isn't doing anything. And if we look at the units, 38 roaches to 14 roaches and 18 hydras. He really needs a lot more roaches and a lot less hydras, but yeah. And you can see why roaches they just tear apart hydras in these numbers. If you're 200, 200, you know, and you have like what 50 roaches against 40 roaches and 10 hydras, yeah, the 40 roaches and 10 hydras will win. But when you have like what 25 roaches against 18 hydras and whatever roaches or something, you guys know what I'm saying. The hydras just aren't worth it. So now utilizing that burrow once again in the late game just to heal up, positioning my spines a bit closer, and again almost able to punish him. I tried to get my fungal growth. Oh, punishing 4 roaches, and he's forced to move in because I did fungal that. Gonna fungal again. Now he has to engage, but he doesn't want to engage. You saw he was trying to run, but the fungal forces him to engage. Another fungal on the hydras up here, and he just has to tap out. Too many roaches. We actually had identical upgrades, so even in the upgrade game. But I was just able to seal the advantage with with what I think was a smarter tech choice. Infestors were smarter, but I think after the burrow play, I was slightly ahead. I had my upgrades were slightly sooner. I had the Roach burrow, I had the Roach speed, which I don't think he had at the time, and yeah, he could have built another hatchery and spent his money a bit better. But nice ZVZ there, lots of diversity. 12 more roaches coming out for me. But yeah, fungal's good, burrow can be good. Just be careful if you are going to go 1-base play against 2-base play. Make something happen or you will lose. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Nice little ZVZ for you. And once again, give me feedback. Let me know what you thought about the game, different fights and stuff like that. So that is all, and thanks for watching. Lovers.